Hi, I'm Clayton Barlow. I'm a registered Social Security analyst. Now, before diving deeper into these new changes made by the Social Security Fairness Act, be sure to subscribe to our channel here to get updates, tips, and strategies surrounding Social Security retirement planning. Also, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button to like this video, and please share this video with anyone that you know that might be affected by this new change. This new legislation changes some rules for calculating Social Security benefits by eliminating two rules used in Social Security: WEP, or the Windfall Elimination Provision, as well as GPO, which is the Government Pension Offset. Now, today I'll help you understand exactly what the WEP removal means, who is affected by this, and also show you a specific retirement example illustrating the impact made by these changes. So let's start with the windfall elimination provision here. WEP applies to someone that worked for an employer that did not withhold Social Security payroll taxes from their earnings, from which they will receive a pension. So think of workers for the public education system as an example. The WEP rule, where it applies, would modify the calculation of your Social Security retirement benefit, essentially reducing it since you did not pay FICA taxes during your working career. Now, the extent of the decrease in benefits was determined by how many years the worker also had substantial earnings, or in other words, the amount of years they had earnings where FICA taxes were in fact withheld that also exceeded a certain threshold set by Social Security each year. So let's now look at a specific example to really bring home the impact of WEP and its removal. So let's take the example of Danny. Let's say Danny worked in a government job where the Social Security tax was not withheld from his earnings. Danny worked in this government job most of his adult life and will receive a non-covered pension from his time there. Now, when Danny was 50 years old, he retired from this government job and worked another 10 years in the private sector where FICA taxes were withheld from his earnings, and those earnings were also high enough to be counted as substantial earnings by Social Security. Now, Danny, will say, is 60 years old and is doing some planning for his Social Security retirement benefits. Danny is looking at starting his benefits at ages 62 or 67, his full retirement age, or even delaying further until age 70. Let's look at what Danny's retirement benefit would be prior to the Social Security Fairness Act. Now, if Danny were to file for his benefit at age 62, the earliest he could start them, his monthly retirement benefit would be $1,689. But if Danny waited and filed at his full retirement age of 67, Danny would receive $2,413 in monthly benefits. But if Danny delayed even further filing for his Social Security retirement up until he was age 70, then his WEP adjusted benefit would be $2,992 a month. Not bad for Danny. But let's look at what his benefit would be now that the windfall elimination provision has been discontinued. With the removal of the WEP, Danny's benefit at age 62 would be $2,100 a month. That's a $411 increase with the removal of the windfall elimination provision. If he filed at age 67, his full retirement age, his monthly retirement benefit would be $3,000, a $587 monthly increase. And finally, if he delayed furthest until age 70, his monthly benefit would be $3,720. That's a $728 increase in his monthly Social Security retirement benefit. So you can see here that anybody that the WEP reduction would have applied to previously can expect a higher retirement benefit than they otherwise would have received. So now let's talk one more time about who specifically can expect higher retirement benefits from Social Security due to this legislation. So the criteria is if you worked for an employer that did not withhold FICA taxes and from whom you will also receive a pension, and you have between 0 and 29 years of substantial earnings from an employer that did withhold FICA taxes. If you meet this criteria, then your benefits will be increased. If you're already receiving Social Security benefits that were reduced by the WEP rule, then you may also be eligible to actually have your increased benefits backdated to January of 2024. Now, if you haven't started receiving Social Security benefits, you don't need to try to make these calculations for your benefits on your own. You can simply go to our channel or click the link in the description below to request your very own individualized Social Security strategy report showing your projected benefits. So be sure to also go over to our video talking about the removal of the GPO or government pension offset and what that means. Thank you for watching today. I look forward to seeing you next time.